Hello guys, Arsenal are through after a 3-0 win over BATE Borisov. Finally we put them to the sword and it's something like the result we anticipated. Mesut Ozil started. I suppose that was the big news and that's what I'm probably going to focus on today. Just because I've done a whole Arsecast extra talking about the game that will be out I think tonight or tomorrow morning over on Arsblog. So if you haven't already, do subscribe, do download that, do listen to it. But yes, Ozil back into the team. I thought it was fascinating what Emery said yesterday about him in his press conference, that he doesn't feel he's been training with enough consistency. And I think we have to take that at face value. You know, I don't believe that Unai Emery would sit there in a press conference and lie about that. And I think when he says Ozil's missed too many training sessions through illness and injury, that's probably correct. You know, we don't know how frequently Ozil trains. We don't see training pictures from every single day. We don't know the intensity at which he trains. And I think that Arsene Wenger's comments in the week about potentially a player at that stage in his career lacking motivation were interesting. It's something I've spoken about before. Not that I question Mesut Ozil's will or that he's a good professional, but just that, you know, as you approach 30, you are in a different stage of your career. You're earning a lot of money at this point. You've achieved a lot already. He's won the World Cup. He now finds himself playing against the likes of BATE in the Europa League. He's not competing for the Premier League. He's not competing for the Champions League prizes he's used to contesting, that he would expect to be contesting, because no one doubts his talent. And maybe it is difficult to motivate yourself to produce. Did he produce tonight? I think so. And by that I mean that every time he had the ball, I thought he looked to use it intelligently, largely positively. I don't think he was passive. I think he worked hard. I think he used space in a very articulate manner, if that makes any sense. I thought he understood the game well. He found pockets of space. He combined well with Iwobi. He combined well with Guendouzi. Two promising partnerships there potentially between now and the end of the season. No, he didn't get the assist. No, there wasn't necessarily a standout pass that, you know, made you go wow. But I just thought he added variety to our attack. And in a game which we didn't play with Kolasinac, so we didn't have that overlap. We had fullbacks rather than wing-backs. So, you know, and it was Monreal and Lichtsteiner rather than, say, Kolasinac and Maitland-Niles. They just weren't going to bomb on and get to the byline as frequently. He brought another dimension to our attacking play, a different approach, a different way of using the space, of using the ball. And I thought he allowed us to control the ball higher up the field than we normally do. We control it at the back a lot of the time. He helped us control it in the final third. So in that respect, I think it was positive. And we played with an extra attacking midfielder. I think that's partly because we didn't play with two strikers. It's worth remembering for most of the season, Emery has, maybe against his natural instincts, played with both Aubameyang and Lacazette. And I almost feel like when he's using those two, even if one of them, usually Aubameyang, is kind of playing as a wide player, I feel like he's reluctant to supplement another attacking midfielder in there beyond Iwobi. I think he just feels with two strikers on the field, there aren't enough players with defensive or even midfield instincts to afford that. But tonight we just had Aubameyang due to Lacazette's suspension, and he felt like he could go with Ozil, Mkhitaryan and Iwobi. And I think it worked. And I think in the coming home games, you know, we've got Southampton, is it at the weekend, and then Bournemouth. I think there are games where you could expect potentially Ozil to have a big influence again. It's then Tottenham away in the North London derby. I doubt Emery will play him then, and I'm not sure he'd play him in the home game against Manchester United the following week. But there is a use for him, and that's all I'm asking for, really. A compromise where we can use him on the occasions where it suits. BATE was a game that was absolutely well suited to Ozil, and I think it did help us, even if the goals came via an own goal and two set pieces. Look, job done. At least we can forget about that first leg. That was only half time in the tie. We've turned it around and we go onwards. And this is a competition where we should absolutely be in the semi-finals, and we really should be thinking about winning it. I'm going to leave it there. Good to get a win. Good to be back at the Emirates Stadium after almost like more than 3 weeks away, and good to get back to winning ways after what's been a pretty painful week. And hopefully this Mesut Ozil saga will be a bit less of a talking point between now and the end of the season. Thanks, guys. I'll leave it there. Don't forget to listen to the Askcast Extra. Cheers.